Would you hunt and kill former Nazi death camp officers if you had the opportunity? Hunters is the Amazon Prime original series that takes a look at that exact thing, where a secret group of people are out to rid the world of those who are looking to start the Fourth Reich. While there are many players in this movie, the series really stars Al Pacino, Logan Lerman, and Lena Olin. It's a crazy combination of history, drama, mystery, and comic books. The way the show tells parts of its stories, especially as it's introducing things or telling us information that we should know that's kind of like a flashback or an aside, is a lot of fun. Sometimes it's movie intros, sometimes it's like a comic book, sometimes it's like some beautiful animation, and other times it's like a weird game show. You'd think from that it isn't a serious show, but it really is. It just embraces some of the campiness from the mid-70s from which it's anchored. When a young Jewish man's family member is killed, he finds a secret group of Nazi hunters. They're clandestinely working to rid the world of those who committed war crimes. The group that is together is not one that you would actually think to choose. I mean, they're ragtag and they work really well together, but just not what you'd think when you were going, hey, let's put together a team to stop the Nazis from reforming and starting the Fourth Reich. Nope, I wouldn't choose this group. But once you get to know them, they're pretty hardcore, and yes, definitely, I want them on my team. The series states that it's based on true events, and I'm not sure at how much it's actually putting in as true, and then what it's taking and making fictionalized or just blowing up to make it larger than it actually was. I mean, I do know that from history, the United States took in some former Nazi scientists in order to further our scientific endeavors, but I don't know beyond that. And the story goes much further than that and purports that there is much more involvement going on in the United States other than just a few scientists. I like that there's mystery in this, and the mystery increases as we get to know the characters. And that also then lends itself to some really good twists in the story. But at times the show does feel a little bit too long, like they're just taking too much time to tell a portion of this. But by the end of the show, I mean, I was having a blast with it. So it's not like, well, you just cut all of this out. It was just, I think, probably in little bits of it, maybe trim it up a little bit, maybe shorten some, or move it along in just a different way to tell the story. But at the end, I liked where they landed. I didn't want to lose that type of narrative that's going throughout the show. I vacillated a lot between liking Logan Lerman's character and wanting to punch him in the nose. And that really speaks to how well he portrayed the character, because we get to see his internal conflict of how he's acting and how he's behaving and what his choices are. Does he do this or does he do this? And he is in constant battle, not only just for himself, but what he knows some in his family would want for him. The show is pretty brutal. I mean, even from the opening scene, it lets us know where the show is going, and we are in for a wild ride. I'm excited for season 2 because I like how the first season wrapped up. I am afraid, though, that it might lose a little bit of its magic or a little bit of its oomph just based on circumstances that happen throughout the show, and then especially as we get up to the climax. And when some conflict is resolved, there's new conflict forming, and that's what has me really excited. That, okay, sure, we've wrapped up maybe this portion of the story, but now we're going to transition and we're hopefully going to ramp it up even more so that it gets more exciting and more in depth and just more anxiety filled, or want to keep me, just yes, binging every single episode. Well, I don't think the story is perfect, and at times it was a little convoluted. The show kept me engaged, and it was an enjoyable watch, and has me anxious for the upcoming season. There is sex, nudity, a lot of sexual dialogue, a ton of profanity, and then some graphic violence. I give Hunters 4 out of 5 couches. So do you have a favorite World War II themed movie or show that I should be checking out? One that I really want to check out that I've heard great things about is Babylon Berlin. And I'm excited to hopefully get some time carved out so I can sit down and watch that. Because I really, like I said, heard good things. But if there's more, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for catching with me.